Hello YouTube, it's DrunkMonk74 here, and I am just bringing you some gameplay from Medal of Honor Warfire. This is going to be sector control, as you can see, and this is going to be something quite different for me. It's something I've not really done before, which is it's going to be unedited gameplay of one particular round of sector control. But what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and talk you through my thought process, what I do, how I do it, why I do it, all that stuff. Just so you have an idea of how I play the game. So first off, one of the first things, if you've watched any of my videos, I generally tend to like to go straight for centre sector. But I just thought I'd kick off the burn on our own gimme flag, south sector. So I thought just kick that off, then let my teammates start that up. Because I'd paused there for a bit, I thought, alright, get into centre sector, they're going to beat me to it, so there's no point doing that, so let me try and flank round. So the first thing I did here was, I saw two guys coming. I didn't take a shot at the first one, I didn't want to alert the guy behind him, so I took out the guy that was behind him. I try and do that generally on all situations where I see multiple targets. I'll try and take the guy out the back and then work my way through the crowd. And that's just what's happening here. So you can see, you know, I know they've taken the sector. They took it really quick, so I fully expected there to be a few more of them. If you look at the bottom mini map, you can see a player running straight across a blue dot, and he's just disappeared, and a red dot sort of appeared. So that's why I knew that guy right there was sort of not camping, but sort of like just in that situation there. One of the things that anyone who's new to Warfire or hasn't played it that much, one of the things you really need to know is when you're sprinting around, you can see the little dots. It doesn't mean they're firing, but when they're sprinting around, when people are sprinting around, they will show up on your mini map if they're close enough to you. And so, you know, that's why a lot of those dots were showing up there. It doesn't mean they were firing necessarily. They're more than likely just going to be sprinting to that area, trying to stop whoever's capping it, and that's all I was trying to do. Right here, I heard that we're sort of like losing south sector, so I planted my strike in that direction. But then I realised I saw two guys coming up behind me, and I thought, you know what, if they're going to get me anyway, so I may as well die at my own hand and take a couple of with me. So that's why I ended up planting that missile strike more or less on my head. It wasn't intentional, but I was trying to defend our south sector. But when I saw I was going to be taken out, I thought, you know what, might as well try and take a couple of guys with me. So I can see that we're now trying to take their gimme flag, their north sector, whilst at the same time we're losing centre sector. So I lobbed a grenade in there, trying to stop them taking the flag, and I ended up getting done by someone's frag in return. You know, that's one of the things with unedited footage. I'm not saying I'm perfect by any means, and I'm not saying that this is how you need to play the game. This is just how I play it. I do make plenty of mistakes, and this will show them up to you without any problems. So they've started taking our gimme flags. So I thought I'd better rush back there, try and help get that back. And I could just start seeing, you know, a few red dots at the back there. I mean, this guy, I don't know why he's come out so far. I think he's a sniper. I think he wanted to throw down a PDM, but you know, he exposed way too much of himself and made it really easy for me to get him. Here, I made a little. I was quick enough to judge, like fix that problem. I ended up firing at basically one of my own teammates, and then I realised actually the guy I should be firing at is a bit further back. So we've taken back our gimme flag, our south sector. We've got their gimme flag, north sector, which we're just starting to lose now, and we need to take centre. So I know I've got a mortar strike, so I thought, right, you know what, I might as well, as they're taking it fairly quick, I need to try and get this down. I planted it, but as soon as I planted it, you know what, they've just taken it. I knew they were going to scatter. So I'm looking at my mini map at this point, as well as on the map, and I saw at least one guy run around to my right, and I know there was at least one or two guys who ran this way. So I could see they're trying to head towards our south sector. So I was like, right, okay, we need to protect that. So I'm going to go for that. Getting rid of the PDM, took a bit of damage, coupled with some bad aiming, meant I just died there. So you know, no kills for Drunk Monk there. You know, they're taking centre sector. I can see where the guy is who's just killed my buddy. I'm guessing, you know, even though he's not lit in red, I'm guessing right now he hasn't moved at all, and he hasn't. You know, I'm sprinting around there. I'm quite surprised he didn't pick me up, and I can see I'm in a world of trouble here. I've got people all around me. I've no idea where they're going to come from, and you know, I ended up dying. It's one of those things, you know. If you're on your own in this game, you're not either sticking with your fighting buddy or he's not backing you up. Whatever the case may be, you can get into a lot of trouble very quickly in this game. So you know, my side team buddy's done a good job there. He's got back into the centre sector. He's cleared it out. We've got a little bit more control over the map now. We've got our gimme. We've got centre. So we know there's only one place they're really going to be coming from, and that's their spawn, their area, their gimme flag. So it's time to move up and see if we can like lock down those choke points out of those out of their sector, and make it a little bit easier for us to deal with. Again, didn't check my corners, another stupid mistake. So I rightly died. It's one of the things about this game. It's absolutely fantastic. It will punish you for doing silly things like that. If you're just going to rush around and not do things right, you will be punished for it. And I think that's one of the things I really do love about this game. I can start seeing a few red dots now, so I know they're going to be pushing for centre sectors in a second. There's one guy. I don't think he's on his own. You know, again, he's looking the wrong way. I am sprinting there, so I'm quite surprised. You know, people aren't checking their mini maps a bit more often and seeing me pop up. I try not to sprint around too much. Here, I hug that wall because I know there's a guy up there. I know there's a little sniper up there. And I've just got my mortar strike, so I'm thinking, right, I'm going to plant my mortar strike up there. But someone's actually beating me to it. I toy with the idea of doing it again, but you know, I thought, no, I'm going to hold off and I'll just start pushing up it. I know we got 2 out of 3, so they've got to be coming from this area. And yep, there you go. On my mini map, I see 1 dot already, the second one just behind him. So the second one behind him, I can see he's not moving that much, but he is starting to now. So I was like, right, better reload. I'm glad I did, because there's a second dot, as you can see on the mini map, has joined him. So when there's 2 like that, I try not to expose too much of myself. I try and take one by exposing as little of myself as I can, and then I might push out a little bit further and try and get the second guy. I can see another dot coming. Try and plant the mortar strike to get him. I don't think I do. Not with that mortar strike. My teammate does a great job of spawning in on me and just healing me up a bit. So I'm fully healed again, and it means I can just carry on, like in trying to deal with these guys. And this is what we're trying to do now. This is all I try and do really, is I try and lock down these choke points. Is how I generally tend to play sector control. You know, sometimes you play around sector control. You're losing your gimme flag. They're losing their gimme flag. But I don't particularly enjoy spawn trapping people. I don't like running into their spawn and taking their spawn. You know, it's not something I really like doing. I like to try and get the 2 spawns, sectors, your gimme and centre, and let them have theirs, and then you just control the choke points from there, and you can easily win them around from there. The only time I will push into someone's sector and start trapping them is if they've been doing that to me in a previous round. If I felt they've done that to me, then I think it's fair game, and I will go ahead and do that in return in the next round. So going back to the gameplay, here we go. Just planted a little missile strike. That was cool. Only got 1 person, but you know, that's just the way it goes. And now I've just got to push up. Like I said before, you know, we've got 2 out of 3, and all I'm worried about now is controlling the choke point. I'm not gonna push into their sector at all. You know, if they, I think they manage to push out, and I think possibly they get our sector, and if that's the case, then I'll take their sector. But at the moment, you know, I want them to have at least some area to spawn out from. I don't want to spawn trap them. You know, all I want to do is I want to control the choke points, and so I'm trying to control this side. I think me and my fighting buddy, all we're doing is we're just trying to control this point. Again, he was a good fighting buddy there. He had my back. I quite easily should have and could have died there, but being a good fighting buddy, as we're sticking together, and he covered my back. Can't see anyone coming up right now at the moment, so I quickly heal myself and him. I did, as I was doing that, saw a little red dot behind me. I was like, right, okay, now I need to quickly spin around. So that's how I knew that guy was there behind me. It's one of the things, you know, I can see some more red dots down here. I've got one, and unfortunately, his buddy just spawned in on him just as I take him out. Here I can see they're starting to take they had started to take the centre sector. Thinking of planting it down there, the airburst, but it looks like we've got it back under control. So I was like, right, I'm not going to waste that. Like I said, all I'm doing is I just want to control choke points. So here I'll just try and plant the airburst on the choke point, you know, try and catch anyone who's charging up out there. And again, just control it. As you can see, I'm not trying to push into their sector. I'm not trying to take that sector. All I'm trying to do is control all these choke points. You know, I can see some of my team are now starting to come up the other side. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna work the other side and see what's going on. Kind of happy I did, because there's a few guys here. I was thinking about charging back to get our gimme flag, but I noticed we've started taking it again. So I was like, right, turn around. As I'm here, I'm going to control this side of the map now. So to be fair, that's all I'm trying to do right now. I'm just trying to control this checkpoint. The reason I fired in there, I thought, right, I presumed the guy was just a sniper, just a campy little sniper who was sitting up there. I had zero idea I was that close to my Apache. So you know, I'm kind of happy I just got that guy with that noob tube shot. Met the Apache coming. I generally don't tend to get Apaches because I just generally tend to play a little bit too aggressive. I don't often get my kills. In fact, since the game come out, this is you're about to see me get my first and only Apache medal. That's how few Apaches I tend to get. I don't really tend to get them that much. But it was kind of nice to get in this one. It was nice playing with a random player. He's a fire team buddy. You know, we had our moments. We didn't always follow each other around, but we did sort of like do a business at times. He definitely had my back sometimes, healed me up a couple of times, that was really nice. You don't often, you know, sometimes I have to say, unfortunately, you don't often get fire team buddies randoms who will do that for you and help you out. That's it. That's basically a round of me playing sector control and what the thought process is that I go through. I hope you enjoyed the video, but for now, that's me. I'm done. I'm out of here. I will catch you next time. Cheers.